Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. All right, so I turned on my. Hi, Stevie. I turned on my video here so I can look over here as well and see. Can you guys hear me clearly? It's not glitching or anything. Hello, 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 everybody. Okay, so you see, I got my hair wrapped up. I got my bonnet on the top, and I wrapped it because I got my rice water conditioner. So I did rice water with a aloe vera plant that I blended up really, really good. I put a little bit of neem oil in there as well. So, anyways, okay, good to go. Okay, good. So, hey, Stevie. Hey, Rosalind. Hello, hello. Hi, sis. Zainab. Hello, everybody. Let me tell y'all something. Now I'm being a little loud and ratchet on right now because I am so rested. I did that morning meditation, and I ain't gonna lie, I was like my girl Cat, honey. After that meditation, I went and laid back down and slept real good. Okay. I slept really, really good, y'all, after this morning's meditation call. So now it's time to get to work. I'm full of energy. I'm pumped up, doing my best to stay sane. Okay. So, anyways, hello. So, I realized that when I'm in the group, the chats in the group do not show up here on the screen. So, that's why I didn't see your chats because the chats don't show up in my programming here on Ecamm. So I just have to talk to y'all in the group. Again, also, let me turn on my Skype. Let me turn my Skype on. If anybody wants to join the discussion, okay, and you have Skype, you can go log into Skype and join me there. Okay, my Skype is, we haven't started the discussion yet, but when I do I'm going to do the devotional, and then I'm going to we'll figure out what we're going to talk about. But this is my Skype right here. So this is the time, especially guys, if you have not been, you've been in the house by yourself, maybe you haven't had anybody to talk to. This is the best thing to do. And so one of the reasons why I'm also doing this, guys, is to keep us sane. Okay, I live by myself, y'all. So y'all already know, we live in this world where people only want to text messages and stuff like that, y'all. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm not a big talker. Hey, Angela. I'm not a big phone talker all the time, but in these times, y'all, I can't go just reset and hang out. So hello, Stephanie. Hello, Delanda. Probably Delanda is what probably is. So if you want to Skype and come on in, you don't have to put your video on. If you just want to have your audio on, that's fine. You just need to log in. Oh, got some fur in my mouth. Log into Skype. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the scripture. So as I'm reading the scripture, y'all, I won't be able to see my phone. So you know what? I'm going to get my tablet for tomorrow because I have a tablet too that I don't ever use. And okay, so let's get into this. So the plan that we are reading, again, we are using the Bible app. It says like Holy Bible on it, the Bible app that everybody has. That's what we're using. And we are reading the devotional or the plan, Peace Surrounded by Chaos. Today we are on day 3. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I sent I shared the link to this particular devotional or plan in the Facebook group. So for those of you who are watching anywhere else, YouTube, Twitter, if you're watching on my business page, Vision Avant, or any of those pages, you need to be in the Facebook group. And if you don't have access to the group, message me on Facebook. My Facebook is Vision Avant. Okay. It's the Taria Vision Avant page. If you message me on Facebook, I can send you the link so that you guys can join. And I already know, look, Stevie said extroverts are having it bad. And I already know, because the extroverts are the one that are like messaging me talking about, I got a homegirl right now. She's an extrovert here in Houston. She cannot take it. She talking about, oh yeah, we're going to have a masquerade party on Friday. I said, by yourself. I'm not, look, they got cases here in Houston. I'm not doing it. One of my homegirls right now is being quarantined because she was around somebody with it. And she don't know if she got it yet. She waiting to hear back. I don't know how long it takes, but we are praying for her. She is able to pull through this craziness. Okay, so hey, Deborah, hello. Okay, so let me go ahead and read this devotional, and then we're going to have some conversations about it. I would love for you guys to join me in on Skype, so I'm not just talking to myself. Please don't make me go crazy. Please. Please. Now, naturally, I'm an introvert. I'm a loner as well. But when I get up here and talk, y'all, I want y'all to engage. Okay. Okay, so we are reading day 3, action, praise, and declaration. I find the battle plan God gave to Joshua significant in dealing with our chaos in everyday life. Along with taking every thought captive and making our needs known to God, we need to change our thinking by a saturation of praise. God required that the priest be with the Israelite army with the Ark of the Covenant while carrying 7 trumpets of ram's horns before they took to Jericho. These priests and the ark were preceded by armed men and in the rear by an armed guard. These priests and the ark could be viewed as the heart of God's army. We know the story of how the impenetrable walls of Jericho came tumbling down like a house of cards when the Israelites obeyed God by walking around the fortress 7 days and then blowing the trumpets while shouting. Joshua said to the people, "Shout, for the Lord has given you the city." They did these things, although it seemed like a bizarre battle plan, and victory was theirs. What can we learn from this when facing walls of adversity that bring chaos into our life? Let's take a look. What you see in this battle strategy is obedience to God and the declaration by the people that victory would follow. This initiated God's promise to bring those walls down. In the same way, when you turn to praise and worship God in the midst of your chaos, when you declare to your king that you believe he will prevail over this particular trial you face, chaos will not enter your soul, and your sanctuary will be breached. Then he is able to bring those walls down in your life. Now, I would love to hear if anybody has any testimonials where maybe you have faced trials and tribulations in the past and you stayed calm and you stayed focused on God's word, giving him the praise. And even when it didn't look like it made sense to be praising him, you were able to overcome. I would love to hear somebody that would share that. The scripture that we're reading today is Philippians 4, verse 4 through 5. Rejoice in the Lord always. Delight, take pleasure in him. Again, I will say rejoice. Let your gentle spirit, your graciousness, unselfishness, mercy, tolerance, and patience be known to all the people. The Lord is near. That is the Amplified Version. And for all of my older saints, my saints that have been out here in the word, in the word for a long time. Let me tell you something. I was not born in the church. I didn't grow up in the church. So I have to read the Amplified Version too. Okay. But I know some of us are King James Version readers. So I'm going to read it for y'all, for everybody out there. It says, rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. Let your moderation be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand. Now, when I think about that, I think about in this time right now, we have to be declaring health. We have to be declaring abundance. We have to be declaring success. Many of you guys are small business owners that are watching this. And I know in this time right now, listen, I am not going to sit here and lie and think that and tell you guys that I have not sat here thinking and worried about, okay, how are we going to make things work? How are we going to get by? How are we going to push? I mean, to be quite transparent, y'all, last year was not one of our biggest years, even though we still did a lot of production as far as sales, but we still had another organization that was being fully funded. I'm so grateful, though, that God has definitely positioned me with some incredible leaders that are part of Urban CEO, our board, from our vice president all the way down to our board members. I don't want to say names because I don't want to leave anybody out, but everybody plays a significant role here. And with that stated, it has definitely helped to release a lot of stress, a lot of heaviness on my shoulders. But still, at the end of the day, we have to rebuild our structure of our business. And so I know that there have been many nights where I've been up just thinking like, okay, what can we do? A lot of people see the collaboration projects. I'm just telling y'all my business because I just want y'all to know. They think that because we have so much money coming into those projects that we have a lot going out or a lot of money that's being profited, and it's not. A lot of that money, and the reason why I make my projects affordable is because I want more people to see the power behind being an author. But the truth is we have a huge team and I have a big payroll, huge payroll that goes out every single month. So yeah, me just being transparent, y'all, there have been times. Now, if I could, I would love to share. But again, if anybody wants to join me on Skype, join me on Skype. You don't have to join in on audio, on visual, but you can join in on audio. But I would like to share a story of how just in situations, see, right now we're still going through that battle and we're still pushing through. But I want to share a story of how I know that what I'm doing is going to work. So when I first started getting into this business of helping entrepreneurs to write books to grow their business and public speaking and stuff, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. The first workshop I did in 2014, I had a great number of people that showed up. It was awesome. We had over 60 something people that showed up. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to take this on tour. And the first place I knew that I wanted to go was Houston, because every time I did events in Houston, when I was in my network marketing company, I would easily have 500 people show up. So in my mind, I just knew that even if I didn't have 500, I would at least have 150 to 200. Like, this is where my head was at. In my mind, I could pull 150, 200 people. Well, unfortunately, a big conspiracy had happened. This is another thing that's in my mind. I know this happened, but a lot of the leaders that were in that network marketing company started calling around and telling people, do not show up to nothing that I do, et cetera, et cetera. And at the time, I wasn't really aware of that. But, either way, I went ahead and did the event. So when I did the event in Houston, I had about 20 something people that showed up. And, I want to shout out Mary Ned, because Mary Ned was one of my very first, I forget what I was calling them. What did we call everybody back then, Stevie? Because Stevie was one as well. I know it was the vision team, but we had like ambassadors that would also help with putting together the event. And Mary Ned was one for Houston, and we had about 20 something people. Now, it wasn't her fault, but she helped with coordinating. And I was just so grateful for all the hard work that she had put in, because she worked extremely hard. But in my mind, I was a little disappointed because I just knew that we would have a packed out room. And when I saw that, I didn't just question myself, but I questioned God in this place, because I was like, am I supposed to be doing this? So Celestine, this is not a preaching platform, but if this is making you uncomfortable, you are welcome to leave, Queen, or you're welcome to stay. But this is our midday prayer, and this is what we do. And I believe in Jesus Christ. And so if I want to talk about Jesus, I'm going to talk about Jesus, and I'm going to talk about business all in the same time. So I appreciate you for being here. But if you are uncomfortable, you are absolutely welcome to go. OK, I just don't want you to feel no kind of way. So anyways, with that stated, so then when I did the event, and then I was questioning God, and I was questioning, worrying, like, am I supposed to be doing this? And I'm gonna be honest, I did go through a little period of doubt, disbelief, and I allowed it to affect me. And then it was something in me that was like, okay, so what you gonna do? You gonna go get a job? You gonna join another home-based business? What you gonna do? And so honestly, guys, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I was like, nah, I'm going to do this. And so I started doing these workshops, and I started thanking God, and I started praising God, and I started pushing through. I would have events where 4 people would show up. I would have events where it'd be 2 people showing up. I have an event where 50 people show up, and I'm thinking I'm going to get some new clients. Nobody enroll. It was crazy, y'all, but I kept the faith. And then I realized that even through the midst of doing all of this and keeping the faith and thanking God for the vision, thanking God for the wisdom, I was able to still, even without really having a whole lot of, I was still able to keep a house over a roof over my head, food in my belly, a car to drive, or even transportation. Because some people didn't even know that during a portion of that time, I didn't even have a vehicle. I had to, do what I had to do, Uber, train, whatever I had to do. But everything worked out. And then we started bringing on other team members. It just was explosive. And so for me, that's a testimony that I definitely have of me pushing through and just really finding myself. Vision promoters. Yes, that's right. Vision promoters. I was able to push through and really see the success on the other end. And that's how I knew that I was doing what I was supposed to do. You don't never have anything happen in your life that's worth having that is not hard, right? So I definitely know that for me, and I want y'all to know, like I went from, pushing, pushing, pushing to that year. By the end of that year, we had did over 75,000 in sales. The next year we did over 6 figures. Then we started tripling. And then just like with anything in life, you're going to go up and you're going to go down and you're going to go up, and it's always a learning curve. It's always, and that's all we've been doing here. And I've just still been able to live a life that many are pushing to live. And I'm not bragging, because y'all know I'm not a braggadocious type of chick. But I do understand that when you stay focused forward and you don't be looking left and looking right, he will continue to bless you. What'd you say, Stevie? And I know Stevie right now might not be able to talk, but she said, right, I love the message version as well. Because I can understand it, right? I just told a friend that my prayer is that we all come out better than we went in. Absolutely. Amen. Because listen, I'm like, reset. How you doing? Let's reset the year. So does anybody want to join me on Skype? If anybody wants to come in on Skype, you can search me on Skype, Taria Avant. Yes, we were sowing those seeds. Let me tell you, I'm telling you, this has been the craziest thing. So my whole broadcast just got interrupted. So hopefully you guys can join back in. And I have no idea why. Like, my computer's not running slow. Normally I could tell, like, if it's running slow. I have plenty of memory. Plenty of memory. But, it's been busy. It's been busy. Opposition, distraction, all of that has been extremely busy. We're not going to let it stop us, is what we're not going to do. Okay? That's what we're not going to do. All right. So let me see. So let me see. This is on the one that was interrupted. Felicia Baxley said, I agree. I'm just getting started, and I already know I'm going to have to learn and depend on God with the things that He is pushing me to. Yes, ma'am. Felicia, you are correct. You are absolutely correct, Queen. I hope you guys can oh yay. Okay, hold on. Okay, hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes. Okay. Let me hold on. Let me make sure that I got you on Skype too, so they can hear you too. Yay! We got somebody call in. Okay. Yes. So go ahead and speak real quick.
Hello, hello.
Okay. Yes, girl. Praying for your voice, honey. Look,
Thank you.
and then one
Thank
of the
you.
most, the
Thank
thing that
you.
you
God
use
is
the
so
most to
great. And
empower people. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Well, go ahead and share your story, Queen.
I just wanted to come on and tell everybody because and it's crazy because I am very extroverted and this voice thing is really interesting that I'm going through this right now. But I remember, and I always tell you the story. I remember back years ago whenever I was in the same home based business with you. And I was like, God, I need to know this lady. I need to know her. And I didn't know how it was going to happen. And God just made a way through that. And that's just a testament of faith that it can be possible, that what you need in your life is also needing you, and that is waiting for you to manifest so that you can do things according to the world that you need to do to impact the world. And so for me, being able is also a testament to that you've got to be prepared. You got to stay prepared no matter what is going to happen inside of this thing I call it the corona craze. Inside this thing we're battling, you have to be prepared. So even with my weak voice, I am not going to let any bushels, any rocks cry out for me. I'm going to still praise God because He is the head of my life.
Yes.
And I'm going to still show up when I can show up and do the things that I know how to do in wisdom. And like the old commercial says, I let my fingers do the talking. So that's I wanted to share, that we have no excuses. We got to keep our minds stayed on Jesus. And that's what we got to do right now. So I turn it back over to you.
Well, thank you so much, Stevie. I appreciate you for being here, even through it all. And y'all, let's continue to pray for our sister, our queen, as she is pushing through, just getting her voice back on track. She ain't got the Rona, y'all, but she definitely needs our prayer so that she can get back to a speedy recovery. I'm just grateful. And yes, it's so funny that, we always kind of reminisce about that story. And then even when I had a chance to see you in Atlanta, not realizing that the relationship that we would build over these years. But yes, thank you so much. You get better, okay?
Thank you. Thank you. Take care.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right. So good. That was awesome. That was so awesome. Thank you so much, Stevie, for calling in. And if we have anybody else that wants to definitely call in, you guys are welcome to do so. I think we're still live. I don't know. Child, let me tell you something. Yes, I think we are still up. Okay, awesome. So if anybody else wants to share, you are welcome to share. All you got to do is just go to Skype. Go to Skype right now. And my name is Taria Avant on Skype. Good morning, Tyrese. How are you doing? So yes, this is our midday prayer and devotion, and we're just talking about different things. Also, I kind of alluded to this the other day. Just different things that we can do right now. Okay. Okay, good. You're still here. Perfect. Okay. Thanks, Stevie. Yeah, I think we're still going, but I don't know. Child, girl, this thing is crazy. Listen. So one of the things I was alluding to is how can you leverage this time period, for what you do, right? So I know many of us are small business owners. And at this time, this is definitely not the time to slow down. This is the time to get focused and do what you can. Now, I'm going to be honest, it ain't always easy, right? It's not always easy, especially in these times where you are just kind of, your mind is all over the place to get focused. I know some of us are very used to, for example, some of us work full-time jobs and then you work as an entrepreneur part-time. I always tell people that a lot of people that want to go full-time as an entrepreneur, it's not as easy as you think, because you do have to learn how to structure your day and be effective with your time. And many folks that actually get into a phase of working full-time that were used to being part-time, they now have all these hours that they're not used to having. And this is why a lot of entrepreneurs that quit prematurely their jobs, they have some of the biggest challenges, because they were so used to having to fit all of their activity in a small amount of time. Does that make sense? So when a lot of people are like, oh, I wish I had a full day like you, not always the case, because now it means that you have more hours, but you still have to be able to be as effective as you were in a short period of time, in a long period of time. And that means way more work, right? And so anyways, during these times, though, for many of you guys, what I want you to think about is how can I connect what I do with this business? So let me give you an example. For some of you guys, let's say that we have I'm just being real random here. Let's say that we have somebody that does nails, right? So if you noticed, I took my nails off the other day because it was overdue for a fill. And I wish I would go to the nail salon and get my nails done at this time. I'm not doing it, right? I refuse. So I was just like, it's time for these, because I was tired of gluing them on, child. They was popping off. I was gluing them on and they was looking real thick and stupid. So I said, you know what? This is not it. But you know what? If I was a nail tech and I was being affected by this, I would possibly start creating different videos where number one, I would work on creating my own nail polish, right? And so you can, and what's crazy is Amazon got all the stuff. Like you can go to Amazon right now. I got some stuff being delivered tomorrow. So just in case y'all were wondering, Amazon has not stopped working. Every single thing that we used for this body butter bought through Amazon, everything, with the exception of some of the stuff I got like in, I got in Marshalls, but you can buy all the stuff on, that I bought on Marshalls and Amazon as well. So this is my body butter, right? So like if I did nails, I would then start creating like my own design, and I would get up here and start doing videos showing people different things that they can do for their nails to keep their nails looking nice. You could even teach people. You can create private courses where you can say, hey, look, I know that everybody's stuck. You want your nails to still look good. So I'm going to teach you guys how to be able to do your own nails, acrylic and all. And then now you can create a program, right? Now, granted, some people are feeling bad about charging people. I wouldn't feel bad, but one of the things that I'm doing is I'm not feeling bad about charging people, but I am offering special discounts that I've never offered before. I'm doing a virtual boot camp boot camp where I'm charging, the amount of money that I'm charging for this camp is crazy. It's like for the low, right? And so for those who can make that investment into themselves, great. And so what you could do, you could create a program where you're teaching people how to do their own nails, and you can maybe charge $20 for it. You could charge what you would normally charge for a full set. And I know people charge way more than $20. You could charge, that for your course. And now what you do is you start finding ways to connect with people and invite them to be a part of your training where you're teaching them how to do their own nails, whether it's teaching them how to do their own manicure, teaching people how to do their own acrylic set. And you're using files and everything, and you give them the links. You could even become an affiliate on Amazon and share your affiliate links to people so that they can get the product from your affiliate. Now, keep in mind, it's a small percentage, but you can still get a commission from Amazon. And so for me, in these hours, these are things that you're going to do to keep yourself, to be able to have something coming in. They're talking about all this bailout for small businesses. And I'm going to be honest, majority of us from the urban community, we are not registered right? You don't have your business registered right. So I don't know if that's going to affect many of us. Many of us, you know how we're registered as business owners? PayPal, Stripe, Square, and that's it. And so if you don't have a business license, if you haven't paid business taxes, then it may not be allocated for you. And so you got to still go out here and do what you need to do so that you can make some profits. You got to be creative. Okay. Other things. So as I was sharing the other day, the news, there's so many people that are looking for people, right? So let me show y'all something, since I can show y'all on here. Hold on one sec. Now, hopefully if I click around, it won't mess up. Lord Jesus. This thing temperamental. Just shut off on you. All right, so let me show y'all something. And many of y'all have heard of this. Okay, so this is a website. It's called Hire a Reporter. Okay, Hire a Reporter. And they're constantly sending out messages. These are the messages they sent me this morning. Okay. Business and finance queries, right? And so look how many of them looking for stuff. How to protect your business if you close due to COVID-19. Now, if you are an entrepreneur and you're finding ways to be productive and still make money, then this could be something that you could apply to. Let me see who's anonymous. We'll click on it and see what they're asking for. It says, did your company or business have to shut down temporarily due to COVID? How are you protecting your business and from break-ins, theft, or looters during this time? So you can send an email to them. So we don't know who this is particularly, but it's still an opportunity for you to get on to some kind of news. All right, let's see what else they have. How is COVID affecting the online training? Ooh, Jesus, I need to apply for this one. And let's see, this is for category Crystal. This is the person's name. I'm trying to see if it's showing. Because sometimes, guys, these will be major publications. Go Skills, that's the media outlet. I don't know who that is. Don't matter. Is there any uptick to online training for business? I'm definitely going to apply for this. All of y'all can apply for it. Okay. Whoever it's assigned to will get it. God already assigned it to somebody. Running a business, anonymous. Now, a lot of these are anonymous, but you'll find, I was looking at one the other day and I saw like Huffington Post in here. Look, monster.com. This is huge. COVID-19 HR ramping up hiring and employer. Good. Look, if I was sharing this the other day. I got one of our co-authors. He wrote a book about inside career tips. While he's not an HR representative, don't matter. He's still in the space of hiring. He could actually apply for this, and this could be a way to get him in front of more people. So I selected the two options of high-tech queries and business and finance, but there's so many different ones. I want you guys to understand you could use this as an opportunity. Look, business.com. Y'all know business.com, right? 1 million by 1 million. Like, these are a lot of people looking for it. So all you guys could be using this. Now, what I would recommend is, even in a situation like that, is you then need to get somebody to help you to create a press release. So this is another option. And Stevie Mills, that's what she does. She can help you guys to create a press release. Okay. So you get a press release, and I'm sure she's got some special COVID-19 or Rona specials, right? So you get a press release made, and then what you do is you can have your press release sent out to major media platforms, which she also knows how to do. So let's say, for example, okay, now y'all know everybody that is an author. I recommend all authors, you should be creating some press releases. Doesn't matter what your industry is in. Like, let me look at some of these books right now. Are y'all with me still? Because I'm going to get ready to wrap up pretty soon. But I want you guys to see, it doesn't matter your book. All of these you can use, okay? All right. So, for example, here's a book right here. This is with Jasmine Zapata. Her book is Beyond Beautiful. You know, she got it translated into Swahili and Korean. Okay, so anyways, with this particular book, it's Beyond Beautiful. This is a book about self-esteem for young girls, right? So in this situation, how can I leverage this and connect and create a press release connected to this book centered around what's going on in the world today? Well, we know that right now, more people are being affected mentally because of the stress of the freaking news. The news got us stressed out. It's not the disease itself. It's watching what's going on in the news. And some of y'all stay so glued. And then what you do is you project that into your children. So what I would do is create a press release as how to keep your kids positive during this time, and or keeping them informed and keeping their self-esteem. But now, because you are an author of the book Beyond Beautiful, right, it's going to increase your likelihood of wanting to, of the media outlets want, because I promise you, like, I was watching the news the other day. It wasn't the news. It's this guy named Isaiah Carey here in Houston. And he has like this show where he just be saying whatever, right? He's funny. He's the guy, if y'all ever seen this old social media video that went viral where he was like, hello, today we are da 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 da, and a fly got in his mouth. He was like, ah, and his whole and he switched up real quick, got real hood and ratchet. That's him. So anyways, he had a lady on the show the other day because, you know, they've been shutting down the restaurants and they're only allowing people to do to-go meals. So he had a lady the other day that was an author of a book called Restaurateur or something. I don't even know. Don't nobody know her. Here's another book, Career Tips. So Career Tips, how can he leverage this? Well, he right now, they're telling people, there's some people that recommend this is the time to still look for jobs. In fact, more jobs are being made available. Now, they might not be the best jobs, but there's still opportunities. If you've been trying to get your foot in the door at certain places, then this is where you can leverage that and teach people, hey, let me tell you, this is the best time right now. And so he's Orlando Haynes, the author of Inside Career Tips, All Job Seekers Should Know, has some advice for those of you searching for jobs. Taria Avant, author of A Six-Figure Vision, gives you some insight as things you can do from home to still be able to be creative in your business and make money. Women in MLM, Twala Portis, the author of Women in MLM, she talks to you about how you can still succeed in the multi-level marketing industry working from home. Carla Beatles, Women Everywhere, Level Up and Lead, how women right now, Carla Beatles is author of Women Everywhere, Level Up and Lead, is talking about how women right now are playing a major role in stepping up into leading, because she works with women in the corporate world, leading in their space and keeping people sound. Mary Ned, author of Evolve, Desire to Make Your Reflection Your Reality. She does realty. She's a real estate agent. But they can say that she's the author of Evolve, and she's talking to people about what you should do as far as your homes right now. Is it really a good time to buy, sell, rent, etc.? Listen, let me tell you something. Listen, all these books. Here you go. Becoming Women of Wisdom, author Kitten Gray. She's talking to women who are recent empty nesters, because wisdom. So these are women of wisdom. They've grown wisdom. So she's working with women who are empty nesters and how to cope during the Rona, right? During the Rona or the China. Let me not say that. I'm gonna watch my mouth. But what the President Trump with his whole ignorant self. But anyways, women of wisdom. So women who are newly empty nesters, how they're coping during this coronavirus. Look, let me tell you something. And if you've got a book, the media automatically sees you as the expert in that space. So you don't and now if you don't have a book, or if you're working on the book, many of you guys have registered for the Book Camp Boot Camp. This is not a plug for it, so I ain't gonna go into it. But you might have a book coming out this month. I got a book coming out this month. I haven't even started on it yet, right? And so many of you guys have a book coming out this month. You can still use that a part of your press release and get in front of the media. If you can't go into the media outlets because many people are not able to drive there or go into, they will broadcast to you. Okay, so there's just so many different ideas, guys. So many ideas out here where we can still be effective and things like that. All right, so hopefully this was good and this was impactful. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I don't see anybody else calling me on Skype. So but I would love to hear from more of you guys on Skype. I would love for you guys to join in on the conversation. We could talk about all types of stuff. We can answer questions. We can really get up in here and group it out. I might even try to find like a different format. Oh, there we go. We got another person. Hello. Turn me down, Deborah. On the conversation, we can talk about all types of stuff. We can answer questions. We can really get. Deborah, can you hear me? It out. Hello? I might even try to find like a different. Yes, Queen, you gotta turn me down on your.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, turn me down on your other screen so we don't hear you. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Hello, darling. Can you hear me? Hold on, y'all. Trying to pull her in, trying to pull in Deborah. Are you there? Can you hear me? 1, 2, 1.
Hold on, I am. I'm here.
Okay, yes. There you go. I can hear you. Hey, love. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Honey, over here just maintaining. People been hitting me up, say, how you doing over there? Look, y'all see me. I'm over here creating all kind of concoctions.
Yeah, you and me both.
Right. So what did you want to add to?
I wanted to give a shout out to teachers because, I'm an educator by day. And so with that being said, teachers are having to learn how to teach remotely. So it's like you're going to have to step your game up and start trying some new stuff and not being afraid of technology.
Yeah, I've actually been hearing that they're having a lot of these kids doing their online courses. And so what are some of the tips, I guess, that you would like to give to some of the teachers that are out here, or even our aspiring teachers that should be teaching, people on what it is that you do? What would you give them as advice?
There's two things. Actually, I've been telling people to look at Zoom because Zoom, you can record your videos and you can share your screen. So then, just like you were talking about developing courses. Parents are going to need these courses just as much as the teachers are. So once you do your Zoom lesson and have your students even log into the Zoom, now you have a recording, not only that you can share with your parents, you can share with your students, and if you create a course, you now have something that you can share where you can start making some money coming in. Because on the flip side, educators may not have small businesses, but they do have where coaches, they're not able to coach. If you can't coach, you don't have that supplemental income. If you can't do after school programs, you can't do before school programs. So this could be another way of supplementing your income. Then part two of that, you're also developing your digital portfolio, because for those of us where school is not technically out till June, you have not had your other observations. So now you're going to have proof. Yes, I did do these assignments with my students. I did make myself available. And you can also use another free thing that you can use. Zoom is free. You can have up to 100 people for free. And you can use Padlet. Padlet is another way of giving proof that you have that students have turned in things. So now you have a digital portfolio that you can submit and give yourself some more sustainability, especially when it comes down to doing teaching remotely.
Ooh, that's good. Now, what was the other software you said? Padlet? What is it called?
Padlet. And then I also gave that tip today for business owners as well, especially for small businesses, because with Padlet, you can communicate just like you were talking about the body butter, you were talking about the nail tech. You can still communicate with your customers. They can like send you stuff on the Padlet of what they're doing or what they need. And now even with if I'm not mistaken, Square is doing where you can even put a code in if they need you to come to you remotely. Because actually, I was like, I might put out a call for somebody that can come do my hair at my house or do my nails at my house, because then I'm controlling the environment. So that's something that, you might have to start looking at. But if you don't have a Padlet or where somebody can reach you immediately, and don't just depend on Instagram, because everybody's not doing social media like that, even though they are and they aren't. But at least you got multiple outlets for people to contact you.
Absolutely. I love that idea. That is really, really good. And might I even add on, Deborah, because where you're talking about doing your online programming and courses, there are actually, for example, Jasmine, Dr. Jasmine Zapata, she's been actually pitching herself. She's a doctor. She's not a educator by profession, but she's been pitching her books and pitching her online courses to schools. And she literally had schools that have said, yeah, and they're paying her. So this is a preparation. When you look at it like this, you just gave me some tingles, because there's going to be some educators that are going to take that tip that you just gave, or maybe some of you guys who never thought of yourself as an educator, but you're going to create a course that you can start pitching to schools and be paid for it. And we're not talking about a little bit of money. They got money on the side for people to be able to come and do curriculums that are designed to take their kids to a whole nother level. And so that is really, really good. Deborah, let everybody know what you also do as a profession.
I'm an educator by day, but I'm also have my own publishing company, and I learned from your girl. So yes, Soraya has definitely poured into me as far as developing my business as a publisher. And so yes, I am a publisher, an author, a speaker as well, and an educator by day. So I know what this is doing to you. And I'm an introvert, so this is like really cool, but my extrovert tendencies are coming out. So yes, I have already figured out how I'll be in Houston probably next week, because that's where my mama is. And so that's me in a nutshell.
Okay, well, yes, well, come on to the H-Town where we gets down. Definitely. You listen, and we are praying for all of y'all extroverts, because I know y'all are losing it. See, us extroverts, we know how to still kind of operate a little bit. Even though I'm still, because as an introvert extrovert, you still got to be able to kind of like reset. So like going to the movies or like extra, or going to the restaurant, sitting at the bar, those are things that allows me to kind of get in the world, but we can't do that right now.
Exactly. And it's only so much Netflix you can do.
Listen, I'm over it, okay? Already over it. So that's why I wanted to continue to keep on having this. How can people get into? I should have. Oh, dang! I should have had Stevie put her website up there too. I'll put both of y'all websites up here. How can people get in touch with you? I'm gonna put Stevie. Type in your website too that you want people to go to.
Oh, you can find me everywhere, conversationsdeborahfranklin.com, as well as in a couple of weeks, because just like any, I'm using this. So
It's what is it? Hold on. What's the website?
you can go deborah.com
Okay.
and franklin.com.
Okay, thank you. Conversations, DeborahFranklin.com. And she working on the Deborah Franklin. And so let me put that here too. Let Stevie also put her website as well. All right, awesome, awesome. Okay, y'all. Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate you for jumping on. You too, boo. Bye. All right, y'all. So that's hers. And let me go ahead and put Stevie's up here as well on the screen so y'all can see both of them. All right, so that's Deborah's Conversations, DeborahFranklin.com. I know that she also she works specifically with women in ministry, educators, etc., etc. She does have a publishing company, a book publishing company, so you definitely can reach out to her. And then here's Stevie, how to make it to the news.com. I love that website, right? That domain. How to make it to the news.com. I mean, listen. Okay. So if y'all need to know how to do any of those different things, make sure that y'all plug in. Okay, well, this was a lot of fun. I'm going to figure out a different way because I know there's other software out there. So tomorrow, for tomorrow's midday prayer, what we'll do is we will make sure I'm going to try to find a different way other than Skype, because I realized that if you don't use Skype, then you got to, download it, create a username, all that stuff. Maybe everybody don't want to do all of that. So I'm going to figure out an easier way for you guys to actually broadcast in. I know there's a couple of new softwares out there that you can use. And so we might do it a different way and broadcast into the Facebook group. I think the only challenge is I'm not sure if I'll be able to broadcast on all these different platforms. But hopefully we can. So keep our fingers crossed. We'll figure out a way to make it happen. Matter of fact, I believe there's a way to make it happen because I use Restream that allows me to broadcast on all the platforms. So maybe if I try it's called StreamYard, that allows you to bring in people, I believe, real easily. We'll figure it out. You know, I love technology, so this will be cool. This was fun. Yes. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Don't forget, everybody that's in the Facebook group, put your task in there. Let us know what you have completed so far. Let's hold each other accountable. If you see that somebody puts a task up there that maybe you guys can be accountability partners to hold each other accountable in the group, let's do it. Let's stay connected, guys. Let's stay plugged in. This is what this group is all about, and so that we don't lose our gosh darn minds, okay? We trying to stay, yes, StreamYard, yes, StreamYard. I'm going to check StreamYard and see if that works. All right, y'all. With that stated, holla at your girl. Deuces.